I can swap this heart container away, right? Can I swap this heart container away? Oh, I'm the dumbest. I'm literally gonna look that up. I'm looking that up right now. Oh. I can? I can swap it away? Because if I can, I will immediately. Just to make sure, though. So I can swap it away. Ugh. 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 I'm afraid. Let's see. Because, like, it's not saved right now, you know? And I don't want it to autosave. Okay. That's 4 hearts. What if I leave? I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go straight to Hateno Village. I'm going to trade away this darn heart. And if I can't, we have to refight the boss. I'm an angry boy. Man, I just... Alright. To Hateno Village. That's right over here. I have no idea what the death count is, to be honest. I think whoever was taking note of it left partway through the fight. I mean, to be fair, I'd pretty much just be like where I could beat it the next time. You never know. You never know. Good lord. I cannot believe I just grabbed that. A lapse. A momentary lapse in judgment. And that's... Oh my god. Oh my god. I cannot believe that. I cannot believe that. Let's see if I can remember this where this boy is. If anything, I should have a an autosave before that, right? Okay. You. Yes. Yes. Heart container. Yes. He could take it. He could take it. God bless. Oh. Actually, can he lower you to below 3 hearts? I want one back. Stamina. Interesting. Holy moly. Well, there you go. I guess if anything, I might just grab those so I can increase my stamina more. It also means I would have to do less shrines. Yeah, I mean, it'll be uploaded to YouTube, so someone might be keeping track on that. Okay, well, back to the place so we can finish Varuda up. Oh, I was about to die. On the inside, I have already died in the game several times, so I didn't mean that. Okay, so if we need 13 hearts, that would mean we now need to have 36 shrines done. I might work up to 40 anyway, just so it keeps it kind of legit. But I don't know. I feel like I don't want to grab any more of those heart containers, just because it worries me. Plus, it's basically like I'm paying 20 rupees every time to get an extra stamina vessel. I guess the way you could look at it is I'm paying 20 rupees to basically make myself have to get 4 less shrines. Do we have a long cutscene here? Because if we do, I might just get myself some more coffee. That might be a choice of path here.
Because of your courage, my spirit is now free.
Oh, her spirit? Oh boy.
Rita as well. Thank you. For I am now allowed by this freedom to be with you
Talk about a
once
heart
again.
attack. Literally. It's Mifa. Anyway, y'all can enjoy this cutscene in private.
Since I am now
I'll leave y'all to it.
My healing power would be wasted on me. I have no need of it. So therefore, I would like you to have it. Please accept Mifa's grace. Yesterday, I was awash in a pool of tears. I had nearly given up hope and resigned myself to being trapped here as a spirit for the rest of eternity. But now you're here. All this time, my hope was to see you once more. Promise me that you will not hesitate to call upon my power if you ever find yourself in need. Knowing that will let my spirit rest in peace. I must go. Ruta and I have our roles to fulfill. We are both honored to be able to play the role of support. We'll annihilate Ganon together. Farewell. Save her, Link. Save the princess. Save Princess Zelda. found a way to be useful to Link, and the other champions, of course. Our job will be to help Link as he fights Ganon inside the castle, however we can. Using your ability to
Have I been on mute that whole time?
is key to
Hold
our
on.
success. This is it. This will be our last chance. And everyone's
I think I
last
can
hope.
hear that. Oh my god, I was on mute that whole time. Holy shit. Sorry if that was
Then we can
loud.
restore
Also,
peace to Hyrule.
Wow. I'd come back. I made some iced coffee while I was out. I'd come back, press the mute button on my mic to unmute it. And apparently it's still been muted that whole time, so I said a bunch of cool stuff that wasn't heard. Ugh.
I want you to know.
Basically, it came down to I like the cutscenes in this game because they're really good.
Don't you worry. I wish I could see you again.
Yeesh, though, dude.
Once more.
Yeah, it's time to ignore Mipha's grace. It's like, you know, you liked us, but we just thought it was more of a friend thing, so it'd be kind of weird if you were healing us all the time, so I'm just gonna have to cut that off right there. Sorry, dude. Well, let's get going to the next temple. Oh, I actually have to talk to people. Ugh. Hi. Okay, well, first things first. How do I do this? Goodbye. Don't need that. Alright, I'd probably have to talk to someone, right? They give me rewards, that's right, I should. Go get yourself some dew. 2-liter Mountain Dew. Get yourself a 2-liter of Mountain Dew. Alright, give me my prizes so I can leave and save some other dude. And to make me less useless. Alright, cool. Welcome back. We just beat Varuta. And we're going to be doing a little bit of grinding on things that aren't HP in between this and the next dungeon, for sure. And that's going to include, I think... more like what's the cheat code I can use to skip all that. I probably want to upgrade some armor, maybe? It's also like deciding, which armor am I going to stick with, you know? Should I try to grind out stuff for the ancient armor, or what? Because that would have the highest, you know, defense rating of all of them, I think. I don't know. Well, that would be the knight armor. What sword? Yeah, I did. That's right, we're gonna have to eventually go into the... what is it, Forbidden Woods or something? Lost Woods eventually, too. That's gonna be actually pretty hard. I'm thinking specifically of the path you have to go through where you follow that dude. Like, ugh. Not looking forward. The heavy rains have stopped and the divine beast is our ally once again. How glorious! Truly splendid. Wah ha 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 ha. Link, this is wonderful. Alright, give me my reward. Also, the old dude finally likes us. What a big boy. What a huge big boy. Help save our home from vanishing away. Calls for a top-tier expression of gratitude. Zo, zo, rah, rah, rah. With all my heart, thank you. Burrito, burrito. Well, we did it. We have saved one of the 5 races. I mean, do we really ever save the Hylians? Kinda sucks. The Hylians have to live in all these little tiny settlements around the place because their entire civilization was destroyed. Meanwhile, the Gerudo, the Ritos and the Zoras are living large, you know? Kinda sucks. Okay, is there really anything else I want to do here? Are they selling more arrows? Because I'll buy. Nope, not yet. Do you sell anything right now, actually? Oh, okay. So I've heard, Hylian Champion Link. Now Lady Mipha's spirit can finally rest in peace. As a champion, you should be able to use both the light scale trident and the ceremonial trident. If you break either one, please let me know so I can remake it for you. Yeah, so basically this trident we have here, pretty dang strong for a spear type weapon. Yo, what's up? Hey, you're a Hylian, aren't you? It's rare to see your kind around here. To be fair, the Gorons are kind of suffering right now. As for me, I was roaming nearby when the travels of Prince Sidon recruited me and brought me here. It's because I can touch shock arrows, but I weigh well a lot. There's no way I'll be able to carry you on my back. That's what Prince Sided said to me. It's kind of rude of him, wasn't it? Oh, I thought you sold things. Bye. Alright, yeah, next one's definitely going to be Naboris. However... Oh, that's way out there, dude. Goodbye. We have all the islands on the right side. Which way should we work towards? I mean, I guess we should naturally probably go over here. Oh, that's Great Plateau. Oh, I was really zoomed in. Never mind. Okay. Let's start back at the Great Plateau then. Go over to Kam Numit's Shrine. Apparently we left a treasure chest in it. And we're going to slowly work our way to the top left of the screen. Naboris is the hardest, but it also gives us the... Whoa! I wish the game had more banger songs like Hyrule Castle. Yeah, true. True. But once you do have a horse and you're riding on it, I do like that it has pretty much constant music when you're at a gallop. That's really enjoyable. Yeah, I could have used a bit more music, I think, in my opinion. I do think the minimalist music approach is cool, but at the same time, I would be completely fine if they didn't do it again for another Zelda game. Because the thing is with Zelda games, like you said, Twilight Princess had a really great soundtrack. One of the best parts of most Zelda games is the music. Oh, it's cold. I'm a chilly boy. We can fix that real quick. Get warmth, boy. Alright, let's, which way should we be going? Oop, the exact opposite direction. Oh, there finally goes our attack up. Favorite Zelda game? I'm going to have to say... You know, after I Let's Played Twilight Princess, I was thinking it's probably Twilight Princess. But of course I can't decide, because I'm terrible like that. I do... Before that, previously, Wind Waker was always my favorite Zelda game. Always professed it to be my favorite Zelda game. Probably still is my actual favorite Zelda game. But now it's just at the point where it's like I can't decide because Twilight Princess is also so good, you know, and all that. I'm heading over there to that shrine, by the way, if you're wondering. Because might as well get some done. And have some warp points on this side of the map as well. Where's the tower for over here? Way up there, good lord. Am I entering into hot zone? Doesn't look like quite yet. So that, I think that's left for the actual desert on the other side of these mountains. So that's lucky us. I'm gonna just hover above these just in case ends up being a problem. Cool. Yeah, we're still fine. Although we probably shouldn't be wearing the warm doublet. There we are. I'll challenge you on that. Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds. Yeah. I thought we were just kind of comparing between 3D Zeldas, but yeah. I do love Link to the Past and Link Between Worlds. Honestly, I don't think I could choose between them. And I'm not sure if they beat Wind Waker for me. They're both just really good. I hope we get another 2D style Zelda game soon. Like maybe just using a Link Between Worlds engine. Just like Triforce Warriors does. Or not Triforce Warriors, it's the other one on the 3DS, you know? Yeah, Minish Cap was also great. Honestly, all of the mobile Zelda games are oddly great. Do I want to shoot it? Here, let's just stasis it so we can get it at a good time. Oh. You could just stop that, too. There we go. Good thing I had an arrow. Is there a thing that gives you arrows around here, or no? Mishcap had a great art style, too. Like, I just love, like, the little, you know, it has a little talking hat, a little cute Minish, the voice cracks, all the good stuff. Like I'm even gonna bother with you, dude. Bop. Nice miss. Nice miss. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get the stuff from them. There's no reason to kill him. I never played Wind Waker HD. I never had the money to get it on Wii U. There's a lot of, like, I really didn't get any of the remakes on the Wii U just because I didn't have the money at that time, you know? If I stop those, yeah, they stop in place completely. Oh, please let me get through. Oop! Okay. Also, that's metal, isn't it? Yes, it is. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's still a lot of games that I need to get around to, you know? But I just can't get anything because I have no money. Oh yeah, I've never really played them. I have, oh, that's on this side. Boy, what? I can't magnesis any of these. I can move with this. Do you think I could? Somehow? Nah. How do I block that? What? I could... Here. If I stasis this... Oh, I can stasis them! Oh, that makes so much sense. But then what? Oh. Alright, we're gonna... Here we go. No! I had my timing. I'm just gonna wait for a block, you know? That's how it be sometimes. Sorry if I can't look at the chat right now. Oh, we're too good. Okay. Oh. Yeah, GameCube's the one thing that I had like a ton of the, pretty much all of the big games for, because there was only like 5 games that actually mattered on the GameCube. So that's like the one I have all of the stuff for. Is there like not a secret spot on this? I guess the secret treasure we got from using magnesis, so whatever. Whatever. Also, I'll probably get a flack for this. I just can't do Majora's Mask personally. I don't think it's a bad game at all by any stretch of the imagination. It is a wonderfully crafted game, but I just can't deal with having a time limit, to be honest. It just stresses me out too much, and it just makes the game kind of not enjoyable for me. Yeah, Twilight Princess, I was honestly like I'd never heard that it was just Ocarina of Time 2.0. So I was going off of it with, you know, a base set of like, oh, this is Twilight Princess and it's its own thing, you know? Of course, my whole thing with it was like I didn't like the way it looked on the GameCube or the Wii because I didn't think they were powerful enough to, you know, make a game in that style really look really good. And then when it got re-released on the Wii U, I was like, okay, well, it's pretty now, so I did it. And, you know. It's just like, it kind of followed Ocarina of Time in kind of having a realistic look, but it didn't really. What do I want to do now that I'm stuck down here in a ravine? Maybe not the best idea to just go down here. Oh. I think there's some Lionels down here. I'm gonna actually teleport right back to the Cam Numut Shrine. Yeah, I like the concept of it. I just kind of wish there was a mode where you could play through Majora's Mask with free control of the time, you know? Like, obviously you can move it to the day forward, but like, I wish you could just change the time and then it stays on that time until you change it again, you know? I feel like it would be a nice easy mode to it. And it'd not just be easier, it'd just be kind of easier to manage and more fun in general. Yeah, they probably could have. Okay, so let's move a little bit more north this time. Look at this gaping hole. Here, let's actually move north over here. Ooh, that's just a big old hole, isn't it? You know what? Let's set our sights. Boom. We're going for the tower. Let's go for it. Can we make it across the ravine? Yes, we can. Also, there is a Hinox sleeping right there, and I'm kind of thinking I might take it on. That'd be a long walk back, though. Yeah, we'll ignore it. We'll save that for another time. We're fine as is. Maybe base right down there. I say as if it's like Overwatch or something, jeez. Sometimes it's just really pretty. Just look around in the game and, you know, look at the sights. It's been a long time since I've really played through Breath of the Wild, so it's kind of enjoyable just being nice. Oh my god, no. No, I have not. And I can imagine it's as glorious as your... No way. No way. Do I want to deal with this? Oh, its rock is on its back? No thanks. No thanks. Not dealing with that. If the rock was on its head, maybe I was like, you know, maybe. But no, not on its back. Ew, wolves. Are they gonna one-shot me? I doubt it. Wolves can only do like 1 damage, right? There's no way they could do more than 1. I'll take their meat, though. That's some yummy stuff. Oh, is this where they did the trailer? One of the first release... Not the release trailers. One of the first trailers of Breath of the Wild right here? What was that noise? Oh, just some birds. The Talus theme is really good, yeah. I'd have to say one of my favorite themes in this game is definitely riding on your horse. Both the daytime and the nighttime theme. Both really good. In my opinion. Let's go ahead and get that Korok seed that's chilling over here. Just to, you know, give us more stuff. Yeah, he was just chilling. I didn't know there was one right there. I don't think I've ever fought that one. Yeah, I feel like my favorite part of Majora's Mask would be the end game on the moon, if I ever got there. Can't say I have the patience. Okay. Wow, good job, me. I can't move it. Wonderful. Hey, it's going great. Welcome back. Beat the first dungeon, so that's a big waypoint, I guess. I do want to grind up my gear and stuff. Maybe make some good defense stuff before we move on to the next major area. Because Naboris is going to be by far the hardest fight we have. Probably in the entire game. If I were to make a guess. Okay, still over there. So I do want to... Yeah, almost squandered it. Luckily, we can trade away our heart containers that we get in dungeons. It's really odd that they let you do that, though. Like, I didn't think they'd be actual, like, pickups that you can miss out on completely. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. It just seems odd, I guess. These are dragonflies. I cannot get any more because they're gone. Yet to complete Link to the Past. Not a long game. You can get going on it and pretty much beat it. Like, I can probably beat it in a day if I put in like 5 hours or so into it. A little bit of dedication. I mean, it's a completely different beast if you never played the game before or haven't beaten it before. Like, once you know Link to the Past, it's kind of a cakewalk, to be honest. Most of the bosses have pretty easy exploits, stuff like that. Yep. Cool, and the tower is right over on the horizon. That is a... Ooh, that is the upgraded fire wizard. What's that? What is that? I have to check it out, because I'm a horrible person. Ooh! Get out of here, boy! Weak. Zal Boomerang, sure. I guess. Thunderblight hardest, Ganon is the hardest, definitely. I agree with you there, for sure. Oh, that's just a rock? Just a rock. Hey, it has a Korok. Look at that. I mean, yeah, they are. I knew they were, like, pick up things that you could miss, but I didn't think you'd be able to swap them over to stamina for some reason, I guess. I'm not gonna fight a Wizrobe unless I have, like, a elixir that makes me resistant to whatever element they are, because otherwise, not worth it. Done with the first Dark World boss. Well, basically, once you get to the Dark World, the game becomes, like, you can kind of do most of the dungeons in order at that point, or out of order at that point, so you can kind of just do whatever you want. What's this whole deal? I don't remember how to do these. Also, hello there. Yummy, yummy. Oh, I just had to pop it. I can't believe I accidentally did that. Another Korok seed. Yeah, we can find a bunch of these around the world as well. Also make defeating the Lionels a little easier if we have a ton of weapons, you know? If we can hold a ton of weapons. Alright, what do we want to do from here? What is that? That is electric Lizalfos. I'm not gonna bother. What's that in the middle? It looks like a thing to push a rock into for a Korok seed, so we'll do it. He's chilling. I'm not sure if he's gonna bother fighting us when we get on this rock. No, looks like he's chill. Alright. Cool. Alright, you want to do this the hard way then. There we go. Get in that hole. Come on now. There we go. That should be a Korok seed. Yeah. Neato burrito. Alright, cool. That makes 9. Not sure whenever we're gonna find the dude again. What? Oh, that was the Korok it was locking onto. I was like, what is that? Ooh, I should climb this normally. P is stored in the balls. Oh my god. Y'all have no idea how excited I am to say something in the, like one of the next tennis episodes. Basically, one of the, like, you know how you shoot when you shoot a ball, it has like that glow to it. Well, basically, in one of these last, one of the only unlockable courts, that power in the ball affects the court underneath you. So I can't wait to say, the power to change the court is stored in the ball whenever you hit a strong shot. That specifically. I cannot wait to say that. The power is stored in the balls. Yeah, it's a big explodey boy. Goodbye. There's a moblin right there. Why? Why was there a moblin? Alright, guess we're dealing. Guess we're dealing. What does he have? A tiny sword? Oh, he swings twice. I could not imagine how uncomfortable that chew is. He swings a third time. Alright, see ya. It's only 8:45 where I am. Still early. Didn't think he was gonna swing a third time. That chew was just making me really anxious. Did not like it. I will make it the title, by the way. You betcha. God, anyone who just looks at the stream... Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Anyone that just looks at the stream is like, oh, wow, he's doing a 3-heart run of Master Mode. He must be pretty good. And then pops in to see me get wrecked by a chew. Like, ugh. Well, here goes that, you know. 8:46, good time. East Coast, where you at? Alright, let's jump. We're climbing, boys. I do have the bandana I can put on at any given moment. I want to get a bit more down this way. I didn't realize there was a moblin there. I thought I was just shooting at a chew. I just wanted to get it out of the way, but turns out it was a Chew hiding a goblin. Probably meant to just be like damage, easy damage on the moblin. Guesstimate at 45. I'm not sure how accurate that is. Mainly, I think it's too low. Flint, flint, opal. We got a shiny rock here. Amber, amber, amber. That's gonna be plenty of money. Amber. Also, it would kind of be worth it to get those elemental crowns. So whenever we fight a moblin, not goblin. So whenever we fight wizrobes, we have an advantage against their elements. That would be nice. I am out of juice. Wait for that to fill back up, and then we can get this tower. I do at the very least want to get all the towers in the game. Even though it's not required at all, like, I just kind of want to fill in the map, you know? Oh, it's this one. This isn't the one that has wizrobes around, is it? Hope not. Oh, it's windy. Okay, well then this is how we're going to deal with this. So if you didn't know, you can actually use Cryonis on mud. It's actually something I didn't learn into well into my adventures in this game. And if you still don't know it, well, there you go. Yep. Alright. Easy as that. Now we can just climb up. Ooh, not sure if our stamina's gonna last all that. That's scary. I'm gonna climb up slowly just in case. I think if I pop off and real quick throw out my my glider, I should be able to land on this rock maybe, but I actually, now I look at it, I think we might be fine and just get up normally. Neato, okay. Because I know there is one, there's one tower in this game that has, it's basically surrounded by water and thunder wizrobes. And I'm not looking forward to that, not in the slightest. That's by far the hardest tower to climb up. Wizrobes are brutal. Especially because they're all going to be the upgraded version of Wizrobe in Master Mode. If you didn't know, there's two of each kind of Wizrobe. There's like a Freeze Wizrobe, and then there's a Blizzard Wizrobe. There's a Fire Wizrobe, and then there's like a Meteor Wizrobe. Stuff like that. And they are all upgraded in this version. There were Meteor and like Blizzard Wizrobes in the original like playthrough, but they are much more scarce than normal, this Fire, Thunder, Freeze Wizrobes. Basically all that does is like they shoot 3 shots. Oh yeah, and it had the Thunder Archers too. And if they hit you, you're just knocked off. Like you're just knocked off all the way from the top to the bottom of the tower. You're done. I hated it. I'm gonna have to like clear out that area before I get that tower. Alright, here's another section of the map filled out. This isn't the desert section. No, this is the southern one. Oh well, that's important too. Because this is where the village is, I believe. The village in the desert. Which we do need to go... Ugh, I just got shivers. We do need to go to first. What's that? We've gotten them already. Oh, that's a Great Plateau. Yeah, I'm silly. Okay, so I think from here... Yeah, there's that stompy boy. Doing this in 1 second? What do you mean? Oh yeah, I am doing this 1 second because I do want the ability that you get after you beat Naboris. It's going to be one of the most helpful things in the game, by far. What kind of nonsense? Goodbye. No thanks. Where am I heading? This way. There it is. Oh, we can go there, I guess. Did I remove my waypoint? It did. Cool. Now, if we drop onto this from above, it will be like sandy. There will be a sandstorm, but I think we should be able to hit this thing pretty well if we drop on from above. Just remember, it's right next to this craggy wall. What time am I gonna stream till? I got a bit left in me. Basically until I get tired of it. I'm not sure if it'll cause a sandstorm up here. Or this might not be the one that's in the sandstorm. I think it's the one that's out there is the one that causes the sandstorm. So we could just drop onto this boy. Also, there is a stable around here. That's convenient. Hey, no shrine. Let's do it. Yeah, normally my streams are really basically until I get bored. I started at a little after 5, so we've been going on for almost 4 hours now. Maybe 3.5, I think, is about how long it's been. So it's not a bad length stream so far. I think I said this a lot earlier, but in case you weren't here, the idea of a 24-hour stream really appeals to me, like a ton. I would love to do like some chill, relaxing game for 24 hours. Oh, it's this one. All right, so electricity. You have to be careful because these things can basically destroy you if you get touched by electricity in the wrong way. Insta knock you out. Okay. You can also, if you don't feel safe holding them, which the balls themselves can't really hurt you. Oh, hi. Oh. Nope. No. Get out of here. I'm not even dealing with that. No, I'm not really like versed in Stardew Valley or good. I like pop that out. Do I like have to? I guess it's the weakest one we have. Yeah, there we go. Stardew Valley is probably not a game. I was thinking more like along the lines of like maybe a 24-hour Mario Kart 8 stream, or maybe a 24-hour, I don't know, something else, you know? Yo, any help is appreciated, for sure. Right now, like, it's really Patreon that's basically getting me through life right now. Not like, you know, like I would be dead without it, but like, no, I don't think that would be enjoyable. Not gonna lie. Also, small keys, wow. Not every day you see those in this game. Basically what I make right now is just under what everything I need to pay my bills. And Patreon pretty much pushes me above. This guy has a ton of health. What? That's ridiculous, dude. Like, what is your HP at? Oh, what? Really? Can I just, like, not? Oh! Dangerous boy. Okay. Yeah, so Patreon's really helpful right now. Oh, God, no. And the thing I hate about that is I know the game would take more than 24 hours. So, like, you're not even kidding there. I don't think he's gonna bother us as long as we stay out of sight. So these boys will basically insta-kill you if you touch them while they're electric. So you want to be really careful there. Oh, he sees us. I can hear the music. I have to be careful, because if that electricity touches me in any way, I'm dead. Okay, good. We don't have to fight him. We don't have nearly the attack power we need. That reminds me, I do want to find the location of all the barbarian armor, because the attack boost will be worth it enough to where, you know, I'm gonna pretty much die in one hit to most things anyway, so like, it would be nice for me to have one armor that I can use and upgrade that gives me a ton of defense, and then having the barbarian armor there if I just need to attack if something's gonna knock me out in one hit either way, you know? So that'd be a good thing to have for, you know, the big bosses that'll knock me out no matter what. Just an idea. Remake of Superstar Saga for the stream. Yeah, no, I'd be down for something like that. For sure. Like, you'd be surprised. Like, my girlfriend always complains about how I can, like, get engulfed in a game for a very long time. I could probably go for an RPG for 24 hours straight. Not gonna lie. The problem then would be, like, what if I beat the game in under 24 hours? You know? Oh shit, HQ is on. Huh. Should I do it? Y'all know what HQ is? Because, if not, like, you really should know. Like, it's worth it to know what it is. HQ is an app. It's basically a quiz app that holds quizzes twice every weekday, once on the weekends. And they offer money if you get all 12 questions right. It's like super obscure questions once you get near the end. But if you get them all right, you can get like a good amount of money. And they get their money from basically from sponsorships. So it's pretty cool. Next Super Mario 64 ROM hack is going to be. I know what it's going to be, and I can't really give it away because it's going to be the next Let's Play after tennis. Where am I going even? Here, we don't need to climb these. Let's get out of here. Let's grab a horse, in fact, while we're at it. I won't beat Superstar Saga in under 24 hours. I mean, I don't know how much longer the remake is compared to the original game. The original game is not too terribly long. Sup, dude? This is the first time we've seen Cass. How about a song? There, on your hip. No, I'm sorry. It's nothing. I didn't mean to pry. Are you a bird? Oh? Have you never met a Rito before? Odd. That's right, this is our first time seeing a Rito in this playthrough, too. My name is Cass. As a bard, I spend my days traveling this land in search of ancient songs. After Tennis is the next ROM hack. After Mystery Dungeon is a game that I'm not willing to tell yet, because that's still a very far way away. I'm predicting that Mystery Dungeon is probably going to be over 70 episodes long. Have you heard the Ancient Songs of Hyrule? Ancient songs? Oh. Ancient songs. Songs that sing the praises of a hero who beat back the calamity in an age past. One of the more famous among them recounts the events of 10,000 years ago. I happen to know a song about the ancient hero. It was passed down to me by my teacher. Do you care to hear it? Let's do it. Ooh. Excellent. Without further ado, let's listen. Not what I thought this scene was going to be. Okay, how many Pokemon games are there at this point? Okay. So, if we count the mainline games in Mystery Dungeon, we got Generation 1, Red, Blue, Yellow. Then we have Gold, Silver, Crystal. That's 6 so far. Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green. That's Generation 3, we're at 11. Generation 4, we have Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, we have 16. Generation 5, Black White, Black 2, White 2, 20. Generation... Is that all that was in Generation 5, really? Huh. Generation 6, just X and Y, and ORAS. So that's going to be 24. Generation 7, Sun, Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. We're at 28 now. Mystery Dungeon. Red, blue, time, darkness, sky, gates to infinity, and super. That leaves us off at 35. If you want to count all the other spin-offs, Conquest, Snap, Dash, Troze Battle, that's 40. Coliseum, XD Gales of Darkness, Battle Revolution, it's 43. This entire cutscene is just going to be us being like, how many Pokemon games are there? Let's see, 43. What else do we have? I counted Conquest, right? Yeah. Do we want to count Pokemon Picross? We'll count Pokemon Picross. 44. Let's see. Oh, Stadium and Stadium 2. 46. That's all I can think of. Also, that was a long cutscene, good lord. Where's the shop? There he is. Hey! Yeah, I think that might do it for Pokemon games. Oh, no, we're not done yet. We have the, what are those ones where they're the wind-up toys? Problem is, I don't know how many of those wind-up toy games there are. I know there's at least 3. Oh, shit! Boy just gave us an ancient arrow. Okay. Okay. Those will probably be really useful on the bosses, won't they? I think I might save them for that. Anyway, yeah, lots of Pokemon games. What have you got, boyo? I'll definitely take all your arrows, that's for sure. Wait, what? How many arrows does he have? 20. 20 times 6, yeah, that is a lot more. Okay, well, I'll take like 10 then. That'll be... Wait, what? Did it not let me? 5? Oh, it's because I pressed on nevermind. 60 rupees, fine. Wow! Ranger? Oh, yeah, Ranger 1, 2, 3. Was there a 4th Ranger game? I don't know. Pokepark, there's 2 of those. Yeesh, there's just a lot of games out there. Look at what I've got. I don't have any beetles, do I? I haven't been focusing on bugs much. One of the things I do want to sell, however, are Bokoblin horns, because they're useless. Wow. They're good for upgrades, but like not many. I'm gonna keep the rest just in case of gear upgrades. Hey, you Pikachu! Shit, there's another. Man, can't remember any of them. Hello there. That's the painting dude. I'm not too worried about a lot of these side quests, to be honest. Let's grab Epona. Not Epona. Our boy. What did we name our horse again? I feel like I named him something horrible. Ah, Grumb. Good old Grumb. Alright, let's go. We're on an adventure with Grumb. Didn't he only have like two things for speed?
Hi.
Yeesh. Around 50, that is a ton. And I want more. Ralph's actually trying to do all of the mainline Pokemon games. In some form or another on channels. So, like, he's done Yellow. He wants to do a Red and Blue race at some point, I know. He's done Ruby and Sapphire in terms of the race on the LP Brigade. He is not cooperating in any way. Yeesh. Which way are we going, by the way? Yeah, this way. Good. Pokken, Shid. And if you want to count the DX version of that as well, like, there you go, there's another 2. Yeesh. Dude, follow the... Oh, he can't go. Alright, whatever. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, it's gonna be hot out here, isn't it? Unless it's nighttime. Is it nighttime right now? It's 4 in the morning, so it is still gonna be cold. Good for us. As long as it's cold, then we shouldn't have a problem. I might have to do some time manipulation. to get it to stay cold. But if you didn't know, in the desert at night it's super cold, in the day it's super hot. So we'd have to be... Ooh, no. How far will he notice? Looks like he cannot see us from that range. Good. Don't want to deal with that. It's going to be getting hot real quick here. Pokemon Ranch, there you go. Gamer Symphony Orchestra? What? That sounds awesome. In college? Puzzle League, there's 2 of those. Shit, can't get around it in any way. There's so many Pokemon games, dude. I feel like we're around 60 at this point. Deserts are never decisive. You can see the heat starting to rise a bit. Ooh, who's that? Couldn't be a Divine Guardian. Yep, it's one of those boys. Big thing from Lake County, New York. Wow, cool, dude. I wish I could go to that. Oh, can you hear my eye? Yeesh. Also, that's an interesting color. I didn't remember its feet being purple. Is it not? Oh, it's a divine beast. That's right. The walking boys are the guardians. I'm dumb. Look at this big boy. Also, just in case anyone's joining us recently and doesn't know how far we are, we have already taken care of 1 guardian. And that's basically it. We've gotten through the beginning of the game and 1 guardian so far. That being Varuta. So we have quite a ways to go. Whoa! That's right! We can get the champion's gear once we do 1 memory, and 1 happens to be right here. Would you look at that? Our first cutscene, surprisingly. I honestly forgot completely about them up until this point, and it was something I did want to do before we got on. Yeah. I kind of have to pee, so while this cutscene plays, I might go wee. I'm not sure if I have to mash anything until it does the memory, so yeah, right. Enjoy. Back right in time. Okay. I think the game should be back at its right level. Okay, let's do this. Pokemon Rumble. Wait, isn't Pokemon Rumble the one with the wind-up toys? That's the one I couldn't remember the name of. So yeah, there's that one as well. Yeah, it's all fresh, but do I really want a fresh Lizalfo's tail? Like, come on, dude. Oh, man. Just in case you didn't know, this is by far my favorite part of the game. I love being out here in the desert. There's mighty bananas. That'll be useful. Alright, so what are we doing here? Here's my question. Can I actually do what I need to do here without going to the actual village? To the Gerudo village? Not sure if I can. Yo, a birdie boy. Oh, that's right. He's in like a love triangle thing or something. I don't know. Or that might have been someone else. If I go to the top of this, will it let me get the outfit I need? Is basically my only question here. Because I'm not sure if it will. Yeah, there's a couple of rumbles. That's right. I've watched Let's Plays of some of them. Never really anything that interested me myself. But looks like a fun game. Also, is there not a... I love this music, guys. Oh my god. Okay. It's gonna make me go to the place. Is there not a warp out here? I don't think there is. That's a shame. Oh well, we can just walk. It's the middle of the day, however, so real quick, we're gonna make it nighttime so we don't die from heat exhaustion, basically. Oh, soup ladle! We're set. Okay. Real quick, let's just, yeah, it's important, guys. Trust me. Soup ladle! Yeah, okay. Sit. No, I don't want to take. I want to sit. Until night. Cool, yeah. I am living on coffee. You know, while I do say I would have preferred if this game... Well, no, I wouldn't say I preferred if this game had more music. Because I do feel like the minimalist style of the game is very nice for what it is. While I don't hope it does it in future titles, I do like it being used in this one. And what that really does is it increases the impact of all the other songs in the game, basically. You know, we're walking through this desert and you can kind of hear the little twinkles. Oh my god, look at this night sky. Ah! Alright, let's not look at the night sky. Okay. Anyway, like I was saying, the lack of music really makes the presence of music a lot more stronger. And I can't appreciate that to a good degree. There's just Lizalfos right there. I'm not even gonna deal with that. Let's just get to the town before we're dead. Pokemon Bank? Not sure I'd call that one. Oh yeah, that's right. There's actually 2 trading card games on the Game Boy, if you want to count that. I've never heard of Team Turbo. Also, if you want to count Trading Card Online on the PC. So that's also a thing you could do. Anyway, there's a lot of Pokemon games. I feel like we're pretty close to 70 now at this point, so yeesh. Was it beeping for another spot? Also, okay, yeah, okay. So we do have the okay. We do have the map for this area. All right. Oh, okay. For some reason, I don't know. I thought it was up here, but it's not. That's something else. I don't think there actually is a village up there. That's what confused me. I forgot it was on the bottom left. I legitimately thought it was on the top left of the map. Okay, so we're here. Go ahead and do this shrine so we have a warp point. Make this all a lot easier on ourselves. Yeah, I'm sure they're all great games. Maybe not. Pokemon trading card game on the Game Boy, though, is Shooting Star Fragment. Did I not see it? Oh my god. It despawns when I go into a shrine, I think. I like how I can get really chill. Like, oh, look at the sky. Holy shit! You know? Just straight from 0 to 100. I can't believe I missed a Shooting Star Fragment. I am angry. Okay. Okay. This is the level. This is the area you want to be really careful in. Don't physically touch any of the metal here. By any means. Because if you walk near this barrel right now, you're dead. One hit kill. No matter how much HP you have. Unless you have like a electric elixir, you're dead. My favorite Zelda boss. It's a little hard to say. I'd probably have to say the Leviathan from Skyward Sword. Because that's a really cool one. Here, let's connect this one first. Oh, wait, hold on. No. Here. That's going to activate it completely. So, let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, Leviathan boss in Skyward Sword is really cool. Argarok's another one. That's one of my faves, definitely. Ooh, I was almost too close to that. That's gonna give us access to another metal barrel. I believe this one over here is yeah, it's a chest. But it's also going to be useful, so don't forget it. I think we should be able to get that chest right now, if we really cared. Maybe. Put this here. I'm a little too close for comfort, to be honest. Move this one over here. And that should power it? Yeah. Skyward Sword does have the best bosses. I'll give Skyward Sword that. Even if you can't say like, oh, it's also repetitive. Thunderblade and my inventory's full. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and yeet. Not settling for that. Ooh, Coloctos. Yeah, the one that was in the cistern. By the way, this is made of metal, so we can utilize it. So, important distinction to make there. If you don't realize that that thing is metal and it's useful, you might not be able to figure out this this puzzle. One of the big things about Breath of the Wild, honestly, is just figuring out that things are metal, and that's important because you can do anything you want with them. We're basically abandoning this side. Really, I never had any problems with the motion controls. I always thought that people who had problems with the motion controls were just, you know, wrong. Because, like, never had a problem with it. I always sat the proper amount away from the screen, you know, and all that. Never really, and I guess it does kind of suck that you have to play the game basically in a certain way. But, regardless, it was a nice one-off thing, I think. I'm glad that this game didn't follow in the footsteps of it and try to also do motion controls, so that's nice. And pop that right there. Should connect it. Yeah. Emulators? Oh, you're crazy. Oh, what is this? Oh, that's right. We need 2 of the big blocks. I was dangerously close to that. I almost died. Oh, that would be a bad time to die. Yeesh. Okay. Let's not walk into that barrel and carefully avoid everything. Yeah, I can understand just not liking motion controls, but saying you couldn't beat the game because the motion controls were so difficult, that's something I really couldn't get, to be honest. I mean, then again, I'm the guy who had no problem with the jump rope challenge in Mario Odyssey, so you know what? I'm a god gamer. Oh, what shrine would that one be? Huh, interesting. You know what? That was one of my biggest problems with Breath of the Wild in the first place. When I first played through Breath of the Wild, when it came out, I had a problem with my wrist. I don't know if it was like baby's first arthritis or something, but when I had gotten to Hateno Village and you have to do the maze tilting minigame, killed my wrist. I literally had to put the game down for a few hours at a time so my wrist would stop hurting so I could attempt the maze again. It was pretty bad. Alright, where is that? That's north. Okay, not a problem. I believe I should have to get told I need to be a girl. Leave, get out, boy. You died. Yeah, I died 20 times to the Lionel. Because it's hard. Let me in. Or stab me. Freeze! Where do you think you're going? Not into town, that's for sure. No Vo allowed. Off with you. I always wondered if they meant Vo or Voe. Like, it could be either way, you know? I don't know what their language is based on. Savsaba. Sorry, but in Gerudo Town, it's tradition that Vo are not permitted in entry. We honor that tradition very strictly. If you need to prepare for a journey, then you should head to an oasis near the desert's entrance, Karakara Bazaar. Sorry, Bo? Not Bo, Vo. Bite your bottom lip as you say it. It translates as man in your language. I am a god gamer. Moe. Voe. Okay, that's interesting as well. Interesting choice. So long as we're on the subject, Vi is our word for woman. What do you think? Pretty easy to remember? Yeah. I remember this. I was really fascinated that they had their own words created in this game. It was cool. Waita, you're a Vo. Vo are forbidden entry here in Gerudo Town. Only Vi are allowed inside. Goodbye. Alright. Let's go, then. Do I have to buy them from you? Or can I just go? I came on foot. Moe eyes are named that. Because Moe is like the word for like, I don't know. What was it for the word for? Like cute or something? I don't know. Sand seals. My name is Frelly. I run a shop in Gerudo Town where I rent out sand seals. Most people can't take time to train their own sand seals, and so I rent out the ones I've trained. If you need to know anything about sand seals, I should be your first stop. I've completely forgotten how to tassel these boys. How do I catch one? Sand seals are especially sensitive to the sounds around them. The trick is to approach very, very slowly. It's a pain in the neck though, so most Gerudo just end up renting one instead. Crouch allows you to move quietly. Okay. You know the best way for you to learn how to do it is just doing it. Okay. I've just forgotten how to do it. My shop is inside the town walls, so you won't be able to get in. Like, I do know that you, like... Is he just swimming for the fun, or, like, what? Also, your footsteps are louder when you're in sand, so that's fun, too. Don't notice me. Let me just grab... Oh, yeah, that belly. Open up that belly. Grab. Right into the wall. Oh, this shield's gonna break in like a second. Okay, well. I can just switch on the run, right? Yeah. Ooh, durability up. Oh no, that's not durability, that's a thing. Anyway, we'll swap before our shield breaks and we just die. So now I believe we should be able to go straight to town and get the get the new gear that we need to traverse the desert first off and to get into town. Also, it's still considered nighttime. Oh yeah, 4:30 a.m. That's when we first came into the desert. Fear me, birds. I should be able to do this fine. And you're free to wander as you want, my little boy. Okay. Alright, so what are we doing here? I forget exactly the order of ways you need to do things to get this armor. Yo, she chillin'. I think she has a side quest later on or something. Don't we need to go in here to do something? Oh, arrows. That cost a tough 50 rupees. Good lord. Normal arrow is 5 rupees. Interesting. I feel like there was someone I needed to talk to. To, like, first get that person to spawn. Vasak. Okay. Wow. Yeah. Honestly, I would not mind living in a desert like this. I mean, I guess it would be pretty sandy, you know? You'd always have stuff in your... What is that? Yo! Free 16 damage. No thanks. I think I have better weapons currently. Like, I feel like someone has to tell you that there's this person up here that gives you the stuff. Yeah. Because we still can't get it. Oh, you know what? We needed to talk to that dude in there. The dude that's outside the town. I'm silly. Whoops. Yo, get yourself some coffee. Meanwhile, I'll take a sip of mine. Yummy. Also, one thing I need to get eventually. Obviously, I'm not using webcam currently on my streams when I usually would. That is because I don't have a webcam on my laptop yet. Well, my computer. Now, my laptop always did have the webcam already, so I didn't need anything for it. I just used the webcam from the laptop. But I do need to get a webcam. But before I even do that, I need to get a USB hub, because my computer doesn't have enough USB ports for like the keyboard, the mouse, my mic, the monitor. I use a USB converter to the monitor, so pretty much everything's plugged in through USB ports. Well, no, not the monitor. That's a different kind of port, even. I'm so focused now. Do you have business with me? Are you spying? Yeah, I have to talk to this guy to do it. Traveled all the way here, but this town doesn't allow men to go in, so that's why I had to do it to him. Espresso cookies? You're kidding. That's a thing? Well, of course it is. It must be. Oh my god. I would die for that. Well, allow me to share with you my heroic tale. It's been close to a week now. The guards have kicked me out more times than I can count. I almost gave up hope. However, I've learned only recently that a man that slipped into this well-guarded town. I heard a man is frequently traveling between Karkar Bazaar and GERUDO town. I've been waiting here trying to spot him as he travels. Forbidden City entry. Yeah, here we go. Now we have it. So we need to talk to him again. I hear the man who infiltrated GERUDO town is currently traveling between Karkar Bazaar and here. Okay. So now does it want us to go back to Karkar Bazaar? Is it this person? Because if so, they're running awfully fast, and I'm not sure if I can catch up. Which button was whistle? Down? Yeah. Okay, I think I can do that trick. If I remember it. Grumb. Yeah, you can still like slightly run while whistling or something. It's not you. You're just some normal runner. Deep breath, Kyra. Remember your training. First, you greet the Vo like anyone else. Savata. Nice to meet you. I'm Kyra from the GERUDO. To be fair, Link is a very attractive dude. 3:30 a.m. Wow, get to sleep. Hold, run, spam, whistle. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Doing what I can and seeking my dreams. I can tell just from looking at you. You have a place in my dreams, don't you? We met for a reason. Just a guy taking a walk. That's how it's gonna be. I can stop wasting my... Wow. Savork. Let's try that out real quick. Yeah, good night. 9:30 here for me. So, like... Huh. It doesn't seem to work quite right for me. I don't know. I'm not doing it right, I'm sure. Hold, run, spam, whistle. Or the other way. Oh, okay. That might be it then. Yeah, that is it. Okay. Cool. Interesting. It also has me like holding the controller like... Oh, I can't do it if I run out. I'm silly. Yeah, okay. Interesting. There's a way to keep you going pretty dang quick. Oh, you have to hold it. That's right. Okay. How complicated. Yeesh. So now they might be on top of that. I hope so, at least. Interesting. They patched it? No, it's still working. You see? Yeah. Interesting. Seems like they didn't. Or maybe they... Oh, they patched it a little so it works differently now. Interesting. So now do I want to talk to one of the people in here? Or do I have to actually find the person traveling in between? Because I ran that whole way and didn't see anyone. You know? Oh, this is just tiring. Used to work better. Gotcha. No, they're here. Good. He. Oh my, what a lovely lad you are. You want something from me? Need something. What's that? You heard about a man who snuck into Gerudo Town? I don't know anything about him. Sorry, I couldn't be more help. Okay, this is like, okay, I don't like this part of the game. It's not very sensitive, we'll say. Make my cheeks warm. You're very beautiful. Oh, I have to say you're a man, don't I? That's right. Do you want to buy them for six? No. Don't I have to, like, bribe? Like, be nice? You're a man? Okay, okay. It doesn't force you to be pretty transphobic, so that's fine. I don't know. So do we actually need 600 rupees then? I did not know that. I don't remember that from my original playthrough, probably because I was swimming. So you can actually... Huh. Okay, I want to sell. I don't know if I actually need all 600 rupees, but I guess we'll do it anyway. I want to keep some of the opal. We'll sell off some of the amber, since we have plenty of that. We'll sell off like 5 of them. Okay, that's a good amount. What else do we have a lot of? It's weird the order you have to press, like, things to go forward in the thing. Thought it was 200. Maybe it was after, like, I talked to people that it would lower it. I don't know. Well, Zalfo's talent are worth quite a bit. We'll do, like, 7. I want to keep a little bit of everything just so I... if I ever need it for, like, materials to make stuff. Luminous stone is worth a lot. I don't think I actually need this for anything important, so I'm just gonna sell all of them, which should give me enough. Yeah, more than enough. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. We're good. Neato. Alright, so now we can go buy that. It's just weird, I don't remember it costing that much. Yeah. Don't really like the dialogue options it gives you. Not a huge fan. Other than that, I guess it handles it okay. Whatever. Enough on that. Let's just get this thing and move on. Study her face, maybe? You're very beautiful. Alright. Wait. Oh yeah, it's still gonna make me pay 600. Okay, never mind. Nothing worse than cutting your nails too short. What did you do? Did a complete playthrough 2 weeks ago. By complete, do you mean like you got like all the shrines or what? Or just got all the main mission stuff? Yo, we are bopping. Also, killing it. 120 shrines. Oh, wow. Nice. Honestly, a lot of the time that I spent playing this game was more like just walking around enjoying the scenery, because that's what I tend to do in games, rather than actually get stuff done, you know. Oh my god, you did? No, don't do that. Always make sure I don't cut my nails too close at all. I actually keep my hands fairly, my nails fairly long compared to most guys, that is. And just so it's never like a problem. Whoa, I thought that was like the divine beast or something. I was like, ugh. Alright, well, we have the clothes. We're looking fetching. I think it gives us like minimum. Yeah, minimum armor basically. I don't know if we can actually upgrade it at all. He sure is. Or maybe he's just really feeling it. Not everything has to be cross-dressing. He could just be dressing the way he wants to, you know? To be fair, it doesn't look overly feminine, this outfit. Like, especially like the pants down, like you could wear that as a dude, you know? No one would care. The mask, there's nothing about that outright feminine. It's only really the top that's at all feminine, just because it only covers, you know, the chest. Yeah. So, it's cool. I do like the mail armor as well, though. It's really cool as well. Just very, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm dumb. I can warp, my friends. That would be a lot simpler. Ooh, also, I want to head back to Kakariko Village pretty soon so I can get the champions stuff. Though it might suck because I need to, it'd be really good for this playthrough specifically so I could see the exact numbers of what I'm doing to, like, specific enemies like that Lionel. It would have been nice to know the exact HP it had and stuff like that. So the champion's armor could be pretty good, to be fair. That person running around over there looked like kind of like an actual player just because they were running in a weird way. Anyway, we're in the Forbidden City and we can buy more Gerudo stuff to like color it all the way you want. I bought like 5 of those each in like completely different colors. It was fun. Anyway, there's stuff here that I want. Silver rupee! Free money. Alright, now that we've gotten that. So now we've made it into the city. I think I want to start focusing a bit on improving all of my stuff. We have arrows here. 5 arrows for 20 rupees. It's not a bad deal. Not a bad deal at all. In fact, I think I will stock up. There's 3. Wow, okay, thanks. Sweet. Okay, what are those? Bomb arrows, yeah, 600. Yeah, also, like, be really careful when cutting your nails really short, because, I don't know if it's exactly what caused it, but I got an ingrown toenail once. And I think it was probably because of the work boots I wore, but if you cut your, like, toenails too close, that can actually give you a hangnail, and it is expensive and painful to get taken care of. So I would not, I would be careful about your nails. I'm always, like, overly careful with my nails now because of that, because I don't want any ingrowns anymore. Very painful. Not fun. Also, yeah, like, my ingrown was infected as well. Barely infected, so it wasn't that bad. I just had to be on antibiotics for, I think 2 weeks, and then I had it removed. But, ugh. Like, I literally could not look. He told me what he was going to do to me, and I was like, I think I'll pass. Just, like, blindfolded me, you know? Not a fun experience. Anyway, I want to go to... Let's go to... Hold on. Kakariko Village. There we go. Yeah, it hurts a lot. I actually had to be off from work. I actually, like, left a few days early from work a few times. This was when I was working at a plant. Honestly, would never do it again. Don't get... Like, if you're not, like, the kind of person that would work on a plant, don't even consider it. Unless it's, like, going to, like, if your life depends on it, like, it's the only job you can get, the only way to get income. Other than that, don't get a job at a plant. The people there are not, you know, normal. That sounds weird to say. It's like anyone that works there is going to be, like, a 30-year-old or older dude who's very, very weird in ways. Like, we would be weird to them, you know? None of them are gonna be like, ooh, Link, Zelda, video games, or anything like that. They're all gonna be like, ooh, football. Stuff like that. And it's because of that job that I got an ingrown toenail from the boots I had to wear and the job I was working. So, eek. Anyway, Champion's Tunic. Currently the highest guarding we have right now. By the way, how are you faring this far? Ha, I see. So you've gained the power of Mifa. Well, you could say that. Ooh. Oh, you know what? I have a similar story to that. I got my pinky finger caught in the back end of a door. Like where the hinges are. I got it stuck back there. I don't know why my pinky was anywhere near it. Basically my elementary school used to have like little gardens inside of it. And these doors would open. They were like big black doors that opened on the hinges as well. For some reason, I stuck my pinky in one of them. This was like 3rd grade. This was 3rd grade, not like it. And squeezed my pinky. I could see the blood dripping out. There was no open wounds, though, which was the weird thing. Had to go to the nurse. Immediately had to go back home for that day. Oh, okay. Had to go back home for that day, let it heal, bandage it up, basically. And a few... I think I want to say like 2 weeks later... my fingernail just popped off. It was gone. Not as gross as you would think, to be honest. Like, you'd think, oh, his fingernail went off. Like, oh my god. No, I mean, it's just kind of skin under it, you know? It's a little bit tender skin, but it's skin. So, yeah. That's my little experience there. Also, yeah, I would hope it wasn't your skull. Good lord. Anyway, I think I pretty much did what I want to do here. I want to visit the Great Fairy to see if I can upgrade any of the stuff I have right now. I also kind of want to look up the locations of the attack armor, the barbarian armor, because the sooner I can grab all of those, the more of an advantage I will have. You know what? I'm going to look that up right now because I don't exactly remember where they are. And that's just going to be useful. Barbarian armor location. By the way, we're like on the last legs of the stream here. There's not really much I want to do anymore for this stream. Because once again, I want to leave the rest of the... Ooh, boy, you getting hit. Oh my god, my entire bow broke. Was it worth it? Who knows? Can I still hit you, though? Here, let's use the Lionel bow. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. What? Under the nail, what? Oh, scary. Where are these boys? I think maybe I'll go for, like, one of these pieces of the barbarian armor, because obviously some of it's going to be in places we haven't even come close to. Y'all know how it is. Alright, so, it's been a long time since we've seen the Great Fairy. Kotera. So we can only enhance them one level because we only have one Great Fairy. We can actually upgrade the Champion's Tunic already. Wow, look at that. Well, we'll go ahead and do it for sure. It's going to be a ton of defense that we'll get. Okay. Let's see. I need a map. It's not giving me images of where they are. Anyway, upgraded Champion Tunic, and we might as well upgrade the Zora Tunic as well while we're at it here. Here, give me a map. No, I want a good map. Come on, dude. I know I'm, like, wasting time with this, but I really need to find these. Oh, you're fine. Like, if... I didn't notice anything wrong with anything you were, like, the way you're talking at all. Ooh, one thing I do hate. You can't upgrade the Gerudo Veil or anything. Like, that's so lame. That's so lame. Might as well upgrade this. There's no reason not to. Yeah. Ooh. Ouch, 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 dude. Man, anyone watching the VOD here is going to be cringing to, like, the end of the earth and back. That's ridiculous, man. Yeesh. Okay, where are these pieces of armor? I guess I'll watch a video on it, just because I can't find anything concise on the internet other than a video. Hey, it's Wesker Egg. I see you're subscribed to Proton John. Good choice. I was for a while. I've started giving my subs to, like, smaller streamers, though. Just because, like, you know, it impacts them more than it would a larger streamer. Not that they don't need the money, because God knows that Bagel is quite the financial challenge, we'll call it. But, you know, supporting small streamers is a good thing, so I usually give my sub out to various smaller streamers. Oh, yeah, I have Amazon Prime too, so you know what, like, it's basically free money for these people. It's not like I'm losing money by using it, by not using it, or by using it, yeah. So I might as well give them out. 30-day free trial. Yeah, I guess that's pretty much just sub to yourself, like, give off a free sub. Yeah, there was a thing up here. Where's the rock? Where's the sphere? Is it at the top or something? I think it might actually be. Boy, what you think you doing? Okay, it's showing me the one that's really far off. Where are these barbarian armor sets? If you get infinite emails. That's gotta be. That's probably pretty illegal, I'd imagine. I'm sure that's somewhere in some terms of use that you can't do it, for sure. But yeah. I remember the Barbarian Helm was actually really early game. So I should be able to get that real quick, shouldn't I? Also, am I gonna get up this alive? Nope, there's one that's in, like, the area we're in. No, that's, like, top right, isn't it? Ugh. I'm gonna put captions on. I don't want this to make noise on the stream. Basically. I'm just trying to figure this out real quick. Like, that's top right corner. Where are these boys? Oh, it's raining! Boy, what a time to start raining, am I right? Are you kidding? What? Oh my god. You're kidding me, dude. Ugh. What's that for the death count? Oh my god. I should have pulled out my thing. I wasn't paying enough attention. Yeah, it was when he tore his toenail off. The thing where he's talking about it, like, I don't even want to say it. Oh, I'm dying. Alright, yo. This labyrinth is somewhere, right? Isn't it down here? There's one. That's one of them. Okay, you know what? We're going to that right now, and we're going to do it. We are going to do it. 53? I trust you. Lordy, Lord, Lord, Lord. Alright, so I'm going to say we're going to get this barbarian helmet, I want to say it is, and then we'll call it for the stream because it is getting kind of late here. I'm not sure when the next stream should be, but it won't be nearly as long as the gap between these last two streams have been, because hopefully I'm not going to get in another car crash, you know? We'll see about that, though. I want to go south. Oop, this way. Yeah. Pretty much straight that way, actually. I think I can see it. Yo! First off, we have a Korok seed, though. Can't miss these. That's for sure. The most important collectibles of the game. I mean, the thing is, I can't reliably do any day because I work on a changing shift. So it's basically going to be, I want to try and do it weekends, but a lot of the time I'm off is not the weekends. That's the problem here. I want it here. So, like, I will announce the stream a little bit in advance. Like, for this stream, I said on Twitter, basically, hey, I want to try and stream tomorrow. And here I am. But, yeah. Scheduling will be useful, but, like, I can't do that until, like, I'm a full-time, like, YouTuber streamer, you know? I can't just, like, do it. Is this... Okay, I was like, that can't be a Korok seed, but it's literally chilling in the middle of nowhere. You know? It's just weird. But yeah. I just can't make, like, a good schedule. I'd love to. Don't get me wrong. It's just hard to do. The chat's a little bigger. I mean, I could. You can see it, like, it's just for YouTube, honestly. It's just to show what's kind of going on in the chat for YouTube. I don't feel like it has to be that, out there. Okay. I am going the right way, right? Yeah, it's right down here, I think. Maybe? It says it's straight. Oh, it's right over there. I see it. But yeah, I'd have to... That Guardian's alive, isn't it? I'd have to completely remake the entire, like, thing. The layout, and, I don't think I could do that with the time I have on my hands. I'm already, like, preparing for 2 more Let's Plays coming by. You know, stuff like that. If anything, even if that Guardian is alive, this one isn't. That's why we'll go ahead and get myself a screw. I mean, I do post, I mean, I post it on YouTube whenever I start streaming. It would just, like, I do want to try and, like, put a video out a few hours before I stream, being like, hey, I'm going to stream at 6 p.m. Eastern, you know? I try to do that as much as I can, so yeah. I do try to announce my streams as well as I can. I think Twitch does a thing that, like, if you like, click some notification thing, it'll send you, like, a notification on your phone or something whenever you stream. I wouldn't know that because I never do it, though. So, the first of our labyrinth shrines. Let's do it. Oh boy. Kind of fitting that it makes you do these for the... Oh, what is that? What is that? Ugh, get out of here. Is that a white bokoblin? Bokoblin? Hey, either way you want to say it, really. Where's this boy? I remember this one wasn't too hard. Like, it's pretty straightforward, but the other two are terrible. Alright, yeah, it's underground here. We should be able to find it without too much problem. I want to say it might be, like... Let's drop down in here. To you who sets foot here, my blessing awaits you at the labyrinth's end. Oh boy. Yeah, well, we do get a free treasure here. GERUDO shield. Okay, that's decent. I think I have a worse shield than that. Maybe. Yeah, we'll go ahead. Well, you know what? The Lionel shield's almost dead. No reason to keep that around while it's gonna explode in a second. So, we'll go ahead and drop that. He should start streaming in a few seconds. I mean, you know, it's a thing. I don't really feel comfortable doing raids with 10 viewers. If I had like 40, it'd be a different, you know, different situation. I just feel like I don't know, a raid of 10 viewers is just weird. I'll certainly send a host his way for whenever he starts streaming, but I'm not sure I would do a raid, to be honest. That's something we can start doing when we have a bit of a larger size, because... Okay, I'm back where I started. I just feel like it'd be like, would you even notice one? A 10-man raid. He has 1-man mini-raid countermeasures? I mean, I don't know. How would he know if he gets a 1-man raid? I just don't feel comfortable doing it. Sorry, dude. Oh, hey, we found some goop. New area we have not explored yet. Raid messages are hashtags? Huh. It's just something I don't feel comfortable doing, personally. But we can do that if we eventually get there, to that point. I just still don't feel comfortable, even if it would get noticed, you know? Anyway, this labyrinth is a problem. I remembered this one not being too much of a problem. The one in the, I want to say northeast is like terrible. Like, it took me at least 30 minutes to get through it. Also, we have a little hole in the side of this wall, so maybe that'll be our entrance to a good way. Yeah, Kala, that thing. Oop. Okay. However you spell it. I don't know how to spell half the words in this game. Ooh, more goopy goop. That makes me feel like it's hiding something, so we're gonna go ahead and skirt around and drop down and have no thing. Stairs could be good. Oh, big room, big mood. Feel like we're getting into some deeper stuff here. Ooh. Okay. Getting deeper into the place. There's not enemies in this one, are there? No, in some of the other ones there's... Ooh, interesting little... Did I see something in the goop? I don't know. Yo, what's the point of, like, hiding stuff behind this? Yeah, the one in the snow area sucks, too. Really, both of the other ones? This one's pretty tame, because there's no enemies surrounding it. Scimitar, okay, that's kind of weak, to be honest, at this point. Oh, I think we found it. I think we have found the way. Regular ones? Haven't seen any. Okay. What's that over there? I'm just lost. Oh, that's a sword. That's a big boy sword. Does it want me to take damage for that? I think it does. However, if we can just... like pulling the sword out of the stone. Boop. Oh yeah, that's a golden claymore. All right, what do we got? What can we give up? Not the Thunderblade, that's for sure. Okay. I think the Forked Lazal Sphere. This one's almost dead. Goodbye. You're the weakest link. Now we have a golden claymore. One of the better weapons, easier. No, that's a bad meme. We don't say that in this chat. Get out of here with your knowing the way. No thanks. I want no part of it. Alright. Ooh, that's getting a little bit more extreme. What do we have here? Ooh. Interesting. Oh, this is a hole on the other side, so we're directly still somewhere you could have just jumped in. Yep. Can we get on the other side of this? Is it worth getting on the other side of this? New memes allowed. Hey, certain memes are great. That meme, no. No thanks. Dead meme alert. True. Yeah, we'll just run out of stamina. Stamina? Good lord. Where am I going in here? Like, do I know the way? Yeah, that's a spot you could just jump down. Oh, treasure! What do we got? Silver rupee. At the very least, we're getting rich. Remember, we do need to preserve 200 rupees for getting all those hearts for pulling out the Master Sword. Seeing how we need 13 hearts, random number, but it works. Solution to the puzzle I'm thinking might actually be on the other side. The other side of the maze. Well, actually, here we have something interesting. A covered area is always a good sign. Oh, I think we found it. There we go. There we go. Simple as that. Deal a Mog. Let's go. Well, if you could politely have the right memes shoved down your throat, that'd be great. The Wiimote wrist strap meme? I think so. Basically, I think it came from VR chat, and it started as a soundboard that one dude was using, playing as little, like, with his model being a Tiny Knuckles. And he used the soundboard from a Ugandan movie, where they say, "Do you know the way?" in the movie, and of course it's in a Ugandan accent. But it got to the point where like people would start making clicks and whatnot, which is kind of very racist, and making like doing like really bad Ugandan accents on their own. So while it started out as a as just like a soundboard thing from the movie, it evolved into a lot of people feeling safe to do racist Ugandan accents and stuff. So it got out of hand. This is the least I can say about it. Anyway, got the barbarian armor, so I'm gonna call it on that bright note for this stream. Next stream, I don't know if we will be able to once again do two of the Guardians, or not of the Guardians, two of the no, it's fine. Like if you don't know, like I don't hold that against you in any way. But I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do two of the deities, because the what is it? Naburus? I can't remember the name. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you just did it in chat. It's fine. Don't worry about it. It is fine. It's going to be the hardest challenge we have, basically, coming up, doing this next Divine Beast. So I'm not sure if we're really going to be able to do two in the next stream, but at the same time, we don't have to fight a Lionel. Yeah, Naboris. We don't have to fight a Lionel, so that's another challenge that we're not going to have to do. So we might be able to push in two things. And also we have the Barbarian armor, which should make our life a tiny bit easier, but I'm not sure by how much. Anyway, I'm gonna call it there. Join me in the next stream when we, of course, do more Breath of the Wild. It's been a great night, a great stream. I'm glad to be back in it, and hopefully we shouldn't have as long of a wait between this stream and the next stream. So, see you all then, and goodbye.